Welcome to Helping Hands. This is where we celebrate the people across this wonderful country who make the world a better place. Coming up today.
Winning a Paralympic gold medal and things like that was possible because I had a very strong community.
Building strong communities.
I speak from a multicultural perspective and having family all over the world.
The panel, join Laura in the studio, and we invite you to connect at helpinghands.tv. Across Australia, there is so much goodwill and community action carried out by people like you and me who want to make the world a better place. As we'll see today, you don't have to be fed up with the status quo or feel the need to make a massive change in your community, but just be prepared to roll up your sleeves and invite people to join you.
My name is Raymond. I'm from West Emerson, David Montmorency.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and I'm from Wesley Woodward.
My name is Barry Mack. I'm a worker in Wesley Mission Enterprises.
Margaret, I'm from Wesley Woodward.
I'm Carmelina from David Mocker Enterprises.
Today is the Look to the Stars concert. It is the first time we are running this concert. Look to the Stars was conceptualized back in November last year. This is something that's come up based on what School for Seniors has done in the past. It is a concert for Wesley Disability Services, and you will see a lot of their clients come on stage and perform. So Wesley School for Seniors has done their end-of-year concert for the last 50 years. We've had it running every year at the end, and we know how successful that is, how popular that is, and how entertaining. And a lot of people look forward to that event. And when it came to having adopted something that we've already done so well, we just thought, why don't we do this for the clients at Wesley Disability Services, where there's lots of talents, and they're spread out all over Sydney.
How are you going?
I'm going good, yes.
I better give you your t-shirt. There you go. It's yours. You're going to be able to put that on? We'll have to find somewhere for you to put the t-shirt on. These guys are doing some djembe drumming, some African drumming, and then also some stick drumming to some music. So they've got 2 performances to do today, back to back. We've been working for the last 10 weeks on these activities for them to do, but I think for some of them it's their first time on a stage performing, so it's going to be really amazing. Music and drumming as a group has so many benefits in a collaborative way.
I'm an art therapist, so everyone that was working on this program, we wanted to make sure that a few things, that they were having fun, they were giving it a go, and they were just exploring through the process of art making. We use lots of different things in their painting techniques, like fun things like bubble wrap, credit cards, stenciling, collage, things that they might not have normally painted with. It's about really just exploring through that art making process, the tactile approach of being able to touch and feel and have different experiences whilst having fun and having a go. Do you remember, Asamina, what some of the things we were that we used to paint with? Do you remember how we did the bubbles?
White.
Yeah. White paint, we had little containers, and so we stamped on the bubbles, didn't we? And on this one we did splattering, so everyone learnt how to splatter paint to create the stars.
Do that again. 5, 6, 7, and side and clap up and bring it down. One more time. Boom, boom, bah, and very good. It's like we're going out to do Tai Chi or something.
This is your traditional flamenco clothes from Spain.
Yeah, the girls usually wear the manton wrapped around the way Natalia's putting it on, or either across the hips with some flowers. They usually play castanets as well. We've been working on this bit of a Latin fusion, you know, Despacito with reggaeton, and the ladies have been working on this for about 8 weeks, and it's showtime.
I am the guest speaker at today's event and so delighted to be here. I've done some work in the past with Wesley Mission. I'm going to talk about the importance of community and how much a sense of community and support from people around me instilled in me a huge amount of confidence and self-belief, and so they've got a common thread which connects them in that way, but then the Wesley Mission is enabling them to develop confidence and develop self-esteem and creativity and problem solving and all of those great things by coming together, organising this performance. They've had to prepare for it and now they get to perform in front of an audience.
Don't go anywhere, there's more to come.
Winning a Paralympic gold medal and things like that was possible because I had a very strong community which gave me a very strong sense of self. I feel lucky to have achieved some of the things I have, winning a Paralympic gold medal and things like that. But I know that the only reason why that was possible was because I had a very strong community, which gave me a very strong sense of self.
Guys are talking to me backstage, so they've never done a performance on stage before. They're very nervous, excited, ready to go. So I think there'll be a big sense of euphoria afterwards and a bit of a celebration between the team. But as you can see, we've got a lot of different people out here ready to go. So we're trying to get everyone in their groups. We've lost a few in the crowd, we're trying to pull them back, but it's been really exciting so far. There's a bit of confusion about where we're going, but we're getting there.
Over the last 10 weeks, we've worked on several different art themes with our art, from abstract to landscapes to cityscapes, and you can see some of their beautiful art scrolling behind us up there on the screen. And each person today has brought up their favourite piece on stage that they wanted to show. And although over the program everyone was working on the same theme at the same time, I really wanted to ensure that everybody's own creative style and their own sense of expression was coming through in their art making.
Clapping?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was clapping it.
Yeah. Could you see your parents and your friends in the audience? Well done, guys. Nice
I think we're going to wait for our teacher.
Good job. Everyone's super excited, which is awesome. It kind of takes me back to when I used to perform as well and get super excited, maybe a little bit nervous. But these guys say that they're not nervous, which I'm totally impressed about.
Good job. You just keep dancing, hey? Keep dancing. Good job, mate. Good job. Good job.
It was absolutely extraordinary. I had the best time. It was so wonderful to see how all of the participants had prepared and used their creativity and their imagination, and then they got to do what they do best and had all that adrenaline and excitement of performing in front of their loved ones. I thought that was fantastic.
It was a wonderful concert. The clients have been so excited about performing today. I think it exceeded our expectations, just how well everyone did and the enjoyment they had. You know, they've been working hard for months on preparing for this concert, and it just went so well today.
I didn't realize how the 2 hours went past. So I wish it could be more longer, you know, that we have a break in between and we could go back and enjoy more dance moves or instruments.
Be able to bring that confidence back builds up the mood, builds up how they feel about themselves, builds connection with their peers, builds a sense of belonging and community, which is really important.
If you are a helping hand or would like to see a helping hand from your local community featured on this program, visit our website and be in touch. We'd love to hear about the people and organisations across Australia who are making the world a better place.
Head over to the Helping Hands website to connect with us. Subscribe and follow on social media to stay up to date on all things Helping Hands, and send in a photo and tell us about the Helping Hands in your local community. Welcome back to Helping Hands. This is where we celebrate the people who make the world a better place. The panel joins Laura in the studio for another insightful and empowering discussion.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today. On the panel with me we have Ibi Kokodia, who is a Professor of Counselling. We've also got Katie Kobler, who is the Director of Your Choices, and Kieran Scaria, who is a Twitch live streamer and also known online as Pastor Scar. Thank you all so much for being here today. Katie, I want to start with you. We live so much in a digital, technology-driven world. Does that affect our ability to have really enriching, really holistic relationships with people?
It definitely impacts our relationships. I think in many ways we're facing a loneliness crisis, and I think that so much of that comes down to the way that we're engaging in the digital space, and that's in our friendships, it's with our work colleagues, but also I think a bit closer to home. You know, we talk a lot about, you know, the first thing that we do in the morning when we wake up. And, you know, we're finding so many, even married couples are waking up, grabbing their phone and scroll, scroll, scroll. And before they've even looked at their partner, before they've even engaged with this person they love the most, they can find themselves stuck here. We do have to be mindful because it it can have a huge impact on our relationships and the way that we engage, for sure.
For my wife and I, we actually did something where for a season we went, you know what, phones aren't in the bedroom at all, because it wasn't the morning that was the issue, because typically we've got work and we're just kind of like into it, but it was the night before where it was we're sitting there scrolling, and so we were like, all right, the only way to stop this is by going, all right, different alarm clock than just a phone, and we're going to leave the phone outside in the corridor or whatever it might be. And it actually helped, because it meant that we dialogued a little bit more and then went, all right, you know what, it's time to go to bed, as opposed to just losing track of the time, you know.
Yeah, creating those boundaries, it's a good thing. And AB, I mean, in this day and age, we really are seeing the way we relate to each other, how we have conversations, it's changing so much. Seeing that generational shift, do you think that's a bad thing?
I feel it's not a bad thing, because on the one hand, we've got, you know, I hear you, Katie, about, you know, technology that's closer to home. I speak from a multicultural perspective and having family all over the world. I value technology. I like that I can connect easily. My children can connect easily. My friends feel like, you know, it's just a call away or a FaceTime away from, you know, family and friends all over the world. I've had to deal with people in hospital, for example, and just them being able to connect with us. We can't see them, whether it's an infectious disease or it's something like COVID. Just being able to pick up and be on a WhatsApp video or on a whatever, or FaceTime video, it kind of helps with your mental health. You know, it really does help us for our relationships. So that's my take on it. It's a good thing.
And it can be, right? Like, let's not forget the good side of these you know, the digital world that we live in. And I mean, Kieran, you're right in there, especially with young people.
Yeah.
How are you seeing the teens that you work with use technology to relate to each other?
Oh, in profound ways. And they have been for years. That's the thing. It's not even a post-COVID thing. It's not even like a now thing. Like, I still remember vividly seeing one particular young person, very introverted, very quiet young person, who was, that's just how everyone knew them. Until they joined us on the Twitch live stream. And all of a sudden, they are active, they have thoughts on everything. They ended up rising to a leadership position within our Twitch stream. And then when we went back to youth group, I remember telling that person one day, hey, did you know that that kid over there and that kid over there, they're also in the Twitch stream, that's their username, that's their username. And this young man's eyes lit up. And he was like, wait, what? And went straight over there. And after years of knowing each other, because they built a friendship in a digital world where what does my hair look like, what does my skin look like, how tall am I, how short am I, how much weight do I have, any of that, all that was out the window. Because they connected digitally first, in a sense, then that translated across to their in-person relationships. And next thing you know, they're hanging out and kicking a ball around. And I remember watching this, and our youth leaders were kind of like, Kieran, how did that happen? We've been working with this kid for years. How did that happen? And I was able to say, actually, we tried something a little different. We met them where they are in the digital world and just facilitated that.
And like you say, I think that anonymity, it really breaks down a lot of barriers. But for all the positives of the digital space, there can obviously be some negatives. We've got to address some of those. Katie, what would you say are the red flags perhaps that show us maybe we've got an over-reliance on technology?
Some of the things that I think we need to be aware of is just mindless usage. Kind of, I know I have fallen into that trap of picking up my phone. I'm like, oh, I've got to check that email, pick up my phone, and then I put it down 10 minutes later and I go, I didn't even check that email. Like, how did I go through Facebook and Instagram? I think that's one of the red flags. And I think just we have to be honest with ourselves. And I think it's one of those things we have to just check in. How am I going? How am I engaging? But yeah, it's tricky.
Kieran, I want to get final thoughts from you on this. For parents watching, for those that look after young people, what would you say to them to help their young people find positive ways to relate to others using all of their different devices, gaming communities and the like?
For me, a lot of it comes down to intentionality. Also recognizing that all of this can be used for great good or great evil. And so being mindful of that. The safety piece is really, really, really important. But that's why there are groups out there that really do take that seriously. And so finding those and then learning how to connect in, I think is just really important.
Thank you all so much for your thoughts today. They've been great. And thank you guys so much for joining us as well.
If there's a topic that you'd like to see discussed on Helping Hands, visit our website and be in touch. We love talking about the things that make the world a better place.
There is so much more to discuss on this topic, and we'd love for you to join the discussion. Visit the website and click through to our social channels to keep the conversation going. I'd like to encourage you to look out for and encourage the people who are the helping hands in your local community. The people who are prepared to go the extra mile and who give of themselves deserve to be recognised and celebrated.
Let us know about the helping hands in your local community at helpinghands.tv. Send a photo or a short video and tell us about your local heroes in 25 words or less.
Special thanks to Laura and the panel today, and also to you for joining us and becoming part of the Helping Hands family. Follow us on social media and join the movement of people who are looking to make the world a better place. See you next week.